Beautiful morning here in Uralla. Just taking Pepper for our last walk here in Uralla. We have been staying at the showgrounds here for almost 4 weeks, which seems crazy. Mostly because it's just so lovely and cool here. I mean, most of New South Wales at the moment is scorching in temperatures above 40 degrees. But up here on the tablelands, it's about 10 degrees cooler. So we've basically been hiding out here for the last month to escape the horrible hot weather. But they're actually kicking us out today because the Uralla show is on next week and they want to start setting up for that. So I'm just taking Pepper for one last walk into town. I've got my old backpack loaded up with some clothes that I don't wear anymore. I'm going to donate them to Vinnie's in town. So we'll drop that off this morning. Well, hopefully someone will be able to get use out of those. I actually bought a new backpack when we were in Tamworth a few weeks ago. And there's nothing wrong with the old one. The chest strap had broken. And I use that a lot when I've got it loaded up for hiking and stuff. But it's otherwise still a pretty good backpack, so hopefully someone will get some use out of it. The thing about living in a bus is that I don't have a lot of space or weight, so anything that I'm not using can't stay. So yeah, anyway, that's done. I'm gonna head back to the showgrounds now and get ready to head off. I actually packed up our camp yesterday afternoon and we have to be out by 7 o'clock this morning, so I wanted to make sure everything was pretty much packed up, ready to go. I think all I've got to do is unplug the power cord and secure the stuff in the bus and we'll be ready to hit the road. And we're on the road again. It feels good to be on the road again. It was nice to be in the one spot for a while, and I did manage to get a lot of work done, had a lot of stuff to think about, which I might talk to you about a little bit later on. But anyway, it was good, but definitely time to hit the road and yeah, see some new places. We stopped for a little while in Armidale because I needed to get a few things from Bunnings. And Armidale has some really nice off-leash dog parks, so it was a good opportunity to let Pepper have a run. Then we were back on the road. I decided to head to Ben Lomond, where there's a really nice donation camp. It's about 60 kilometres north of Armidale. There are a few roads leading to Ben Lomond, but the easiest access is via In Road, which comes off the New England Highway. It's only about 6 kilometres into Ben Lomond this way, and it's a sealed road all the way. Actually, I'm not even sure if Ben Lomond qualifies as a town. It's really just a rural locality with a few farmhouses, a couple of old churches, a memorial hall, and nothing else. There are no shops or not even a post office here. The Ben Lomond Recreation Reserve is a donation camp where you can stay for up to 48 hours. There's plenty of room here for vans and big rigs. The facilities are basic. There's no power or water, just a shed with a barbecue, a table and a little book exchange. There's rubbish bins and one basic bathroom. Behind the barbecue shed, there's a little outdoor gym, and you'll also find a sign on the wall here that shows you some of the potential walking loops you can do around the village. So there was plenty of places for Pepper and I to explore. It's worth taking a short stroll down the road from the campground to see the old Ben Lomond railway station. The station first opened in 1884, and at that time Ben Lomond had a school, a post office, a store and a pound, as well as telegraph and banking services. At an elevation of 1,363 metres, or 4,473 feet above sea level, Ben Lomond was the highest station in the Australian railway system. The station closed in 1988 and it's now listed on the New South Wales Heritage Register. Good morning, guys. It's about 6 o'clock here in the morning. We're still in Ben Lomond. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's actually raining outside this morning. It's still dark. Pepper's still in bed. I actually like to get up early in the morning so I've got time to have my coffee and do my journaling and just relax and have that time to myself before Madam wakes up and starts hassling me to go outside and go for a walk. If I get up a bit earlier, I get this time to myself and it's just a nice way to ease into the day. So I'm not sure if we'll stay another night here in Ben Lomond or head off today. It's actually going to be quite cool today. I think the top temperature is 23 degrees, which is way cooler than it has been for weeks. And it's also supposed to get very windy, so I'm thinking it's going to be pretty miserable outside. It would suit me fine to stay here. I can just stay in the bus where it's nice and cozy and I can work on my books and get stuff done. I just don't know about Pepper. She might go a bit stir crazy having to be in the bus all day if it's really miserable outside. But we'll see. And we'll go for our walk, hopefully when the rain stops. I'll have some breakfast and then we'll see how we feel. So I mentioned earlier that I'd had a lot to think about over the last few weeks and I wanted to fill you guys in because I've decided to make some changes in my life that are going to affect the way I travel and possibly the content that I share on my YouTube. When I first started this journey, I was studying uni full-time and I was receiving Austudy payments, and that was part of how I planned my budget for the first couple of years on the road. And I talked about my budget and what I was expecting in a video I did about my expectations of bus life. So if you haven't seen that, go and check that out because I talk about the amount of money that I thought I would have to spend and what my weekly budget was going to be. But anyway, the idea was that I thought going back to uni and doing that course would help me develop some skills that would help me to grow my online business, and the study payments would help to supplement my savings so that would actually give me more time on the road to build up a sustainable income. It sounded great in theory, but it hasn't quite worked out the way that I'd hoped. Over the past couple of months, I've come to realize that the study was really hindering me more than it was helping me. I want to relaunch my handmade stationery business, and I also want to make more videos and share more of my life with you guys and build a community here on YouTube. And both of those things require a lot of time and a lot of work. And while there were parts of my uni study that I did enjoy, I found a lot of it challenging and it took up a lot of time and also a lot of mental energy. And it made it very hard to focus on those things that I actually want to be doing. Not only that, but it was making it hard to fully enjoy actually being out here on the road. So I've decided to take a break from my study, at least for now. Of course, that means that I'm no longer going to be getting Austudy, so my budget is going to have to be even smaller than I originally planned. Instead of having $200 for fuel and camping each week, I'm only going to have more like $100. So it means that I'm going to have to be a lot more intentional about how far I travel each week and where I stay. And it might also mean that my time on the road ends up being shorter than I hoped it would be. But I'm actually okay with that, because now I can be fully present for the things that I want to focus on and the life that I want to live. And who knows what the future will bring. For now, I'm just taking it one step at a time, and I'm just going to see where the road leads next.